is its access to Manhattan. And the problem is you have ferries that are now overcrowded, you have buses that are overcrowded, and you have a light rail that leaves you off at 9th Street, and if you live on 15th Street, you have a long walk. What kind of transportation elements can you, as a council person, work to alleviate some of those? In particular, the light rail, which we've been trying to get at 14th Street, I think?
Yeah.
What do you do for that? How do you address that?
So it's a really interesting question about the light rail. And this really comes down to the ability to think strategically across, citywide, and in particular about what the city needs and how we get there. In what order do we proceed? Historically, the conversation within City Hall has been, we have to agree with the developer first on what they're going to develop, and at that point we can have a conversation with New Jersey Transit to decide how we get a light rail station. I met with New Jersey Transit a couple weeks ago, unrelated, but raised this issue about the light rail and said, why don't we just start planning that now? Like if we have all the plans in place, by the time we have a developer in place that's going to build, we can be shovel ready, we can identify what they have, a fully costed plan, and then just start. Because the plans for a transportational hub like that, or a new stop, they take a couple years to do, and I think it's something that we can start now and just be ready for when we actually have a plan for the north end. As it relates to other transportation alternatives, this is going to be the biggest challenge for Hoboken. What we know, we should be connecting more with Port Authority and making sure that the additional capacity that they're adding on the PATH trains, that Hoboken is going to keep that capacity. We recently lost one train an hour to Jersey City because Jersey City is growing faster than Hoboken is. That's a problem. The buses, there's little to nothing that we can do to the buses. New Jersey Transit, the best that they can offer at this point is to give us the articulated buses, which are the bendy buses, to give us more capacity on each bus, and they're going to try that. That is challenging for Hoboken because they don't work on all of our streets, but we can't get additional, we're told we can't get additional capacity at Port Authority. We're told that we can't have a private bus company, either go to Port Authority or drop elsewhere. So we really need to think about ferry service. We really need to think about light rail service. We really need to think about and bringing commercial development in as opposed to residential, so we're not putting more people competing for our scarce transportation resources, and we're actually providing employment for people within our city, so we can still have that population growth and not have the same challenges on our transportation. So we need to think about all of that strategically, and Hoboken has never thought about it strategically before.
One of the